afternoon. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. I have had a very powerful energetic shift today. It's been quite an emotional day. I kind of feel like this morning when I did my reading, I was like all over the place with my energy. It was like going a bit crazy. And my sister did say to me, light a candle. But I had errands to run. I went out for a walk in nature in the sunshine, and I started to calm, and my energy has come back down to a decent sort of feeling right now. So I didn't really go and light my candle, but it was a nice tip, because sometimes when we feel that energy building and it's very strong and overwhelming sometimes, especially from an emotional point of view, you need a way in which you can calm that energy down and just allow those emotions to play out. So as you probably, if you watch any of my readings, I've mentioned that I've been sort of guided again to go back through journals 5 years ago. And when I did a reading the other evening, it was 2020, and I knew Spirit was saying, you have to look. Well, I finally found one of my journals that from 2020, and at that time, I wasn't the most prolific journaler. I love journaling, always have done in some format, but now I literally daily, I journal. I do lots of journaling now, but back then, and I knew over probably the last 10 years, I've asked for the same things. But it was very interesting because I couldn't actually find the June sort of section, and I'm still waiting. Maybe Spirit will present me with something that I will find. But in this particular journal, it was a New Year's 2020 wish list. And I'd written a letter to the universe asking for my wishes to be granted in 2020. And of course, I was asking for what I knew I'd been asking for. And it was about, really, when I look at it now, I think, at the time you don't really recognize it, but it was the end of start of a new decade, 2020. Didn't think of it like that. And as I was walking along earlier today, I went for my walk. As I said, I wanted to calm down. And the first thing in my path was this beautiful black feather. Now, I've just ordered myself a Witch's Oracle deck. I didn't even think about it this morning. I was just guided to me. I ordered it. There we go. And I do know that the raven is the familiar for me, myself. So I do know I have got a witch's line. And I do also know I have a fae line, which is quite important as well. So I'm waiting for my fae deck to come to me in guidance, but it will. And I do know that I have got a very strong connection with elementals out in nature. And of course, birds are something that really do follow me around. I've got a whole pot here full. Let me just see if I can show you, of feathers that I pick up as I go along. So those are my beautiful feathers. I've got another big one downstairs, and those feathers have come from all over the world, especially at the very beginning of my journey. I say the beginning of my journey, the beginning of the massive change in my journey, which was 3 years ago. Now, numbers play a very important part in our journeys. 3 has been following me around a lot. 69, about balance, has been following me around a lot. 1111, actually seen 1111 for the past 2 weeks whilst I was on holiday, I mentioned to you. And of course, today again was 1111. I've seen it all since I've come back. 1111 is a very important number for me as well. So I do know there is profound shift and change for me. And today I wanted to spend time doing myself. And I was having a meditation, beautiful meditation. I've let go. In actual fact, I can share with you, I had a dream last night that was really strange and very vibrant and very much, I don't dream. I do dream, but I never remember always. But when I do remember the dreams, they're very, very on point. And they always do come at a time when there's going to be a very different shift or transition in my life. And I've got to start trying to remember. This is just downloaded to me, so I need to go and have a little thought about this and write this down at some point today. But anyway, it was water, very high movement, flowing water. I was lost, I was found, I was helped. by people I couldn't speak the language of, but I knew I could understand them. And that type of thing was very, very prolific for me. So any of you out here who might come along and see this video and would like to make a comment, maybe you are dream experts, maybe you would know what I'm talking about, maybe you've had a similar situation, please let me know, because we are connected for a reason. And I am here as words of wisdom that I'm channeling, I'm learning. I'm learning my runes. Anyway, I've also, while I was doing my meditation, it was a summer solstice meditation. Oh, that's what I wanted to say to you. Before I went on my walk and everything, I had this feeling, this sort of download, and I wanted to ground myself and what have you. I know when there's an ending in something. And for a long time, I've kind of resonated with the whole Beauty and the Beast scenario. It's been playing in my life for a little while. And in the Beauty and Beast film, there is that beautiful rose that is bending over and there's one petal left. And if that petal falls, obviously the Beast and Beauty would not be together. And that would be what it would have been. And who knows how the story would have gone. Fortunately, before that last petal did fall, they managed to get that story that they wanted. And he turned back into his prince and he'd learned all his lessons and he became this beautiful divine masculine for her, the divine feminine. And they had this beautiful connection. And she saw through all his beastliness. She saw through all of the situations. She didn't listen to what other people were telling her about him. We know the story. Anyway, I saw that picture in front of me of the rose with that petal. And I'd been holding on that last little hope, where you do, and you've got to go. It's time. And I think that was what my dream was all about as well. And I know there's a huge shift in my life and I know it's time. And Spirit will give you as much as they can for you to just get on and go. So that little last petal fell, and I also envisioned a flame, a candle, and blowing out that it's gone. And I felt a bit sad, but I also felt the emotion of it wasn't a depressing sadness. It wasn't like I want to burst into tears and feel sorry for myself. It's an emotional sadness of almost relief, but also an emotion that is there because it means so much to your soul. And I think that is where I'm at right now. You can see in my face, I'm still a little bit raw and vulnerable. But I wanted to come and share that with you guys, because if anyone else is feeling the same thing, and I know it is this energy, and this summer solstice is a powerful portal. And I did this meditation earlier on to step through that portal. So I had some affirmations that I could say, and I repeated them as they were saying it in the meditation, and it really resonated with me. So I wrote them down, and I'm going to keep them on my table, because my table is a very beautiful table, very sacred to me. It's got all loving things and beautiful things, and it just seems quite magical for me. So I am going to, it's nothing special, my little old table, but it's my table, and I've learned to sit at it and do this sort of thing. So it's a very special table for me. So I thought, right, I'm going to put up my affirmations on my table, as I've done with other ones that are all stacked there. I walk only in truth, power, and purpose. I actually feel like I'm going to go get that tattooed on my arm. So watch the space. I am the light. I am the fire. I am the expansion. And that is my truth today. That is how I feel within my soul today. And I've got to own this now. There's no going back. I don't want to go backwards. And when Spirit said to me, go back to 2020, 5 years ago, 5 years is transformation, isn't it? Energy. And have a little look through. And I started to sort of just look through that journal, and I was like, wow, you know? And some of it that I had been saying then has actually become me. And there's just still that one new option that's still got to come for me. And I know that is what is next plan. And Spirit want me to know that I can go forward with this. But I'm not giving up now. So I walk only in truth, power, and purpose. I am the light. I am the fire. And I am the expansion. And here I am today on the 20th of June, 2025. 2020, I went back to, and look at it, 20 of June, 2025. 2020. It's in the date. There it is, 2020. So, my friends, very powerful clearing. Thank you for listening. 11 minutes in, go figure. And I just think it's time now for us. I was told to get my oracle deck, my trusty oracle, beautiful oracle deck. I've also pulled out a tarot, the Light Seers Tarot, and I haven't used Light Seers Tarot for a long, long time. And that'll be interesting because I don't often use tarot, and those of you who watch me probably know that. It's just something that I just don't do. I tried. But I do have some tarot decks, and I appreciate tarot, don't get me wrong. For me, it's about oracle, and what I'm doing with oracle is that storytelling, and I've connected it with my runes, and I just love how that feels for me. So I'm going with what I'm being guided with right now. So there we have our beautiful, beautiful, trusty, there it is, right there. It's going to be sitting on my magical table, and I'm going to trust in the next decade, or the next 10 years, or the next 5 years of my life, this new chapter I am writing. And I was thinking about this when I was walking along. I just don't know what I'm writing now. I don't know. And actually, when I look back, I have never known. I've had an idea, I've hoped for, I've written, but honestly, Spirit have always guided me. They've always taken me. They've always told me. And so that is what I am trusting right now. And I trust when I sit at my table. I trust when I stand and do my morning tarot, morning readings, not tarot, sorry, morning readings, that I feel I'm here for a purpose. I'm here for a reason. And that's all it needs to be. Just like I trusted in my dream, jumping on the back of a motorbike with someone I had no clue who it was, that took me through tunnels and places and what have you, into this room that still seemed to be in a cave sort of scenario. And I don't even know what happened after that. I must have woken up. Maybe that final bit might come at some other stage. But anyway, let's have a little look and see today what it is that we can be guided with, because I do know that this is a very strong energetic day. So if you're seeing this and you're feeling it with me, thank you. And thank you for listening. All right, so we'll take our 3. Here we are. We have our X. X marks the spot, I just heard. X marks the spot. It's like, well done, Deb. It's almost like a kiss, isn't it? It's like, yes, you got it. Rado. Okay. And an N. So these are very interesting. So let us have a little look-see at what does that mean before we start with our cards. What does that mean? Can you see them? Where am I? Here we go. There we go. You can see them now a little bit, I think. Okay. X marks the spot. I love that. I hope it's here. Here's Rado. Okay. I don't know if it's Nautis. Could be Nautis. Let's just see. Only because when I got this bag of runes from my lovely students, she said they were from her grandmother, and there are some in here that I just don't recognize. I think it must be naughties. Naughties. Hardship in the form of one's needs not being met. Hunger, poverty, unemployment, lack of good health, or lack of emotional support. So it's a need fire, ritual fire lit for 2 large beams of wood that ancient northern Europeans would light in times of extreme hardship or disaster. So you may be experiencing hardship that limits your ability to move forward or live comfortably. Or a strong desire that it appears impossible to fulfill. The possibilities are restricted due to your lack of resources, and you are likely chafing at the constraints. The advice of this rune is to treat the situation as a period of learning and an opportunity to strengthen your resilience. That's funny. Interesting. No one enjoys hardship while it's happening, but when we look back on experiences like me 5 years ago, the experiences that made us who we are, generally at least a few of them were unpleasant, but don't allow bitterness, worry, or despair to get the best of you. Use your gifts and talents to find ways to get your needs met. Remember that needs and limitations are necessary for growth. So as we would never learn or accomplish anything significant, we've always had everything we wanted at all the times and needed. This is so true. And this is exactly what I was just saying, 5 years. And when I went through the journey and I looked at the journal and I was, oh my goodness, there are clear signs that things have changed. And I look back and I think, wow, I never even thought at that stage I'd be sitting here. I didn't say I'd like to be sitting doing oracle readings at a table every afternoon in the sunshine, you know? So it's interesting that this has come out for us. This is very important. The magical uses is main protection, equanimity in difficult circumstances, activates magical workings focused on increase or attraction. Beautiful. And please forgive my throat. It's still doing its magical clearing right now. Oh, but we will see how that pans out. Right, Rado. Let's just see you here. Okay, Rado, wagon, riding, a vehicle, a journey, movement, reunion, changes. Wow, it is the rune of travel, of traveling. And I just told you about my dream where I'm going with this water that's flowing, this movement, and I'm on the back of a motorbike and everything's fast paced because I'm escaping. I'm getting out of a situation. It's crazy. This rune indicates that you are setting off or will soon set off on a journey, whether in the external world or on an emotional or spiritual level. Yeah. And it's about the change. It's the summer solstice. I just said to you, I just went through the portal in my meditation. I've left behind what I needed. And I knew I'd done it last night as well, in that dream, you know. But confirmation is confirmation. Spirit will always show you as much as you want. Even if you are just slightly confused, you can just ask and they'll show you. If your travel is physical, which mine will be in a couple of weeks, Rado signals a pleasant experience with few or no mishaps. If you are on a spiritual quest, which I am, the going may require significant flexibility on your part, but the rewards of reaching your destination will be well worth it, as you are following your soul's chosen path. Either way, you are advised to keep your focus on the experience of the journey itself rather than on your arrival. It's your now. It's right now. It is every day, step by step. And as I was walking along, I was saying, you know, I keep going this one step on, step off, going on. And I actually can't tell you what step I need to take to get to the next step, because I actually don't know. And I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. But obviously I came to the conclusion the Spirit guides me anyway. And when I know, like this morning, I just bought those tarot cards because I got a immediate get them, you know, and I felt okay, didn't even question. And afterwards my little brain went, do you need another pack of cards? I ignored it and just carried on. And I told my sister and she said, yeah, you see, that's what you want. You're trusting your intuition. That's what it's all about, isn't it? This is because radar signifies not just the vehicle you ride in, but also the road you travel on. You will be best served by making the most of every moment along the way. Magical uses, safe travels, navigating inner journeys, maintaining equanimity in challenging situations, so that's 2 of them, okay, and justice in disputes. A related interpretation of radar is reunion, specifically a return of old friends in your life, or even the arrival of new people with whom you made a soul agreement before incarnating into this life. Oh my goodness. And I just said to you, I was with people I didn't know in my dream. I didn't even know if I could speak their language. But I understood them, and I jumped in with them, and I went with them, and they guided me, and I trusted them. I didn't even question. Wow. Yep. Alternatively, you may be presented with a chance to resolve a disagreement or conflict, either with someone else or within yourself. And radar reversed in this context is nudging you to examine how you may be blocking a reunion or resolution with your attitude or actions. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Right, let's have a look at this final one. I love the fact that they allow me 3 every time, and they just make so much sense. It's nautical, I'm sure of it, but I can't find it. Hang on. Where is it? Well, we are very much being guided right now, and I just absolutely, no, it's an H, not an N. Perhaps I don't have this one. I would have to tell you about this one. I'm going to go with Uras. No, doesn't look like Uras. Well. That's a very unusual one. The only one that it can look like is Uras. Or, let me just double check on this one. I told you there's a couple of them in here that I'm absolutely unsure of. Where if I look on... There's a very clear symbol thing here. Here. I think it must be Hagalaz. Hagalaz it's got to be. So Hagalaz, let's go with Hagalaz. It'll make sense to us when we, yes. We're going with the Hagalaz because it looks very similar to this one. Hagalaz, hail, hailstone, destruction, chaos, interference, misfortune, or transformation. There we are. The first rune of Halgazaya translates to hail. Even with all the technology we possess in modern times, nature can step in any moment with destructive forces that flatten cities and even countries. This signifies forces of chaos that cannot be controlled. You cannot control or fix an interference, or other words, resistance is futile. You may be being forced into taking a new approach while becoming clear with patience and perseverance, as well as an ability to analyze your situation without attachment to the outcome. That is incredible. Wow. Wow. It's a temporary phenomenon, beginning and ending as water in a liquid state. Hagalaz can signify significant change that may be rocky at first, but ultimately the transformation that results from this experience will leave you better off. Important shifts are taking place for you, whether materially, emotionally, or spiritually. Oh my goodness, I can't write this. This is incredible. That is beautiful. And its magical uses: protection, luck, quick transformation, success in navigating difficult situations, and break unhealthy patterns. So, my friends, there we have our beautiful 3 runes. And now we are going to go and ask our beautiful oracle deck. They're telling me to cut the deck. don't know why I'm doing that. I don't normally do that. That's really weird. Okay, Spirit. I have done what you asked me to do. Let's see what is going to come out for us with our beautiful 3 runes that have led the way for us, that we are very clear right now on our summer solstice day. The start. There's 20 to the 22nd, so this whole weekend. Very powerful energy for you. Have a good weekend with it. You know, learn to value your now. Be grateful for where you are. If you want to reflect back, reflect of how much you have changed, how different you are. Taking steps. Taking steps, absolutely. That is the intention, taking steps. Travel. Now, it did sort of come out reverse, but we can take it either way. It's either travel in terms of you are actually physically moving, or travel in the sense that there could be something that's going to ask you whether you'd be up for it at some point. But anyway, let's carry on. Beautiful event. And finally, a cycle decrease. A cycle decrease. We've got 4, 5, 4 numbers of the cards. Intention, events, and cycle. Intention, events, and cycle. I think that's the 3 today. Nothing else. Okay. All right. That's beautiful. So, intention. Our intention, taking steps. Our intention is taking steps. Number 4. So, moving forward. A woman is ascending stairs that lead up to a beautiful sunlit palace. This card is telling you that there are many steps you must be ready to take in order to move forward to your goals. Now is the time to identify the specific tasks necessary to accomplish your desires. And that's what I said, didn't I? I actually not even sure right now. But I guess they'll come. We have to have patience, yeah? You may have been on this journey for some time. Holy yes. But you're ready to consider a wider perspective and try a new approach. It's a good time to stop and take stock of where you are. See? How you got here. And which direction you want to go next. Your move forward may concern something personal, like a new diet or even mental changes. It could also be moving forward to a new job, a creative endeavor, which we did have out yesterday, or business venture, or perhaps a new place to live. But there's an inner energy at work here. You're preparing to take steps into the unknown. That is absolutely me. So plan your next move and muster up your courage. You're ready to advance. Beautiful. Events. Number 5. Travel. I'm going to read both reversal and forward. Upright. A suitcase stands outside a beautiful door bordered by flowers, indicating there's some travel forecasted for you. This could portend anything from a short driving trip to an extended vacation, however it manifests. A positive experience is at hand, and Rado said the same. And it's funny how it's come out under our Rado rune as well. So very interesting. I'm going to put these stones like this. Beautiful. Okay. There's also a possibility of a relocation for you at this time. You may be buying a new house in an area or moving to another city entirely. So take what resonates. There could also be a move where your work is concerned, transferring of offices, or a new job entirely. This is a perfect time to make the energetic intention to move into a more joyous and optimistic mindset. Let yourself travel through each day with happiness. Even if you can't get out of town, you can always take a vacation from negativity. Now, when it's reversed, it could be a reference to your wanderlust. Your travels are being cancelled or delayed. You may want to get away, but perhaps you've been a little short of money or vacation. So if this is the case, this card is telling you to prioritize setting aside some money and being more conscious of your time. And with patience, you can still make that pleasant vacation a reality. There could also be some frustration around buying or selling a house or renting an apartment. This may be a logistical block, like your local or personal economy, which you may have to just wait out. That move or vacation may just be down the road. So that is a very clear indication for patience. Yeah, equanimity. Absolutely. Right. Cycle. cycle. Number 4. And it's decrease. There it is. So, cycle of reducing energy. Crystal clear water drips through a woman's cupped hands, value slipping away. Upright, this card reveals a period of real or emotional restriction. Right now, today, there may be a loss of money or need for greater expenditure than previously expected. Oh yes, I had to buy a new car battery today because my car battery decided to die on me. There could be some personal reduction as well. Child going off to college, or you're getting married and moving away. It's the most extreme state. Decrease upright can be severing of a relationship or a loss of a job. What did I say to you? That final petal fell off the rose. That final little flame blew out. It's time to move forward. So this is a time to let go. So choose, trust, and regain your strength. Your inner and outer action now will create an energetic shift, one that will carry you through to the joyous expansion to come. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely incredible. All right. So for some reason, my little light seers cards are here. I have not looked at these cards in forever. Okay, I haven't touched them. They've been on my windowsill. I haven't wanted to. I do love them. I've bought them because I love the Light Seer Tarot. I love the pictures. And when I do use tarot, I kind of do it okay, but it's just not something I pick up automatically. But today, let's ask them, please, Spirit, taking steps. Taking steps. 2 of Wands. Taking steps, 2 of Wands. Okay. Now, the 2 of Wands has come out, but it is in reverse with taking steps. So I'm very pleased it's in reverse because you can see here, there she is sort of gazing out, almost as if she's me going, I don't know, what is my next step? What am I going to be doing? But it did come out in reverse, which is a good sign, I think. But it is number 2, and it's funny how 2 has been quite prevalent with me today, and we have 2020 and 2's 2025, and it's all about 2's, and 2's is about harmony, it's about duality, it's about that type of thing. So you can see here, there she sits with the world at her feet, looking and gazing out. And funny how we've got the next card is the travel card. So let's have a little quick read of the 2 of Wands. We turn straight away to the Wands. So it's about fear of taking a next step when it's in reverse. You're worried about your abilities, opportunities for alignment. So interesting, we had the decreased card sort of talking about that as well. And also with the travel card being in a little bit of a reversal, whether you are making blocks in terms of, being worried about finances, well, save a few more pennies and make sure that you don't give up on your dream. And I kind of feel that's what Spirit was telling me when they said, look, 5 years ago. There, I can see this clear time I was writing and wanting there, and I can see my change in that. Of course, it's not all come to light yet, but it doesn't matter. It's about that trust, isn't it? So you may need to make a choice. You can dream and envision it. You can begin to live it. Planning and imagining can have us feeling like the observers of a dream, like mine. Isn't that interesting? And our action is the only way to bring that dream to life. It's time to choose between the one that cozily rooted the place you already know, or the one that leans into exciting new possibilities. I think my dream is just like literally with this one card showing me exactly what I'm talking about. Because I was stagnating and I was feeling that, and I was trying to find where I needed to be, and wow. Incredible. Take a deep breath, because self-initiated change can be scary. The only way to take strides towards your goal is to make your move. Make your decision. Non-action won't get you there, and will likely have you feeling the angst of dreaming the dream instead of walking the talk. Use the fire energy of the Wands to initiate your shift. Unbelievable. And what did I say? I am the light. I am the fire. I am the expansion. I can't make it up. This table's magical. Here is a lovely affirmation. The world is filled with opportunities for adventure, and I welcome them into my life with planned action. Thank you, Spirit. That is beautiful. Okay, travel. The travel card. Let's see what Spirit will tell us about that. Queen of Cups in reverse. Our Queen of Cups, our Queen, our beautiful Queen. She's all about emotion. Okay. Now, interesting, when it's in reverse, of course, we can say, well, we need to maybe step back a little bit and take note of things. I think that's what one of the runes was telling us. So that's quite an interesting, and I feel very emotional today. And I said that to you, I feel very vulnerable. I was like, look at my face earlier on. I feel much better now, thank you. But wow, you know, our beautiful Queen of Cups. So suppressing emotions, feeling insecure. It's an opportunity to be responsible for your own emotions. So I think I feel like I needed to have that chat in the beginning here with you guys. I feel like I needed to, you know, release that tension a little bit. Listen closely as a way to understand what is truly going on. Ensure that other people feel heard when you communicate with them. Devote time to your emotional cues. It takes both sun and shadow to make the ocean floor sparkle. In shadow, this card can indicate that you are out of touch with your emotions, so don't suppress your feelings, I'm being told. All right, vulnerable. Share your tender heart. I did. Oh my goodness, I think that's so beautiful. So the travel aspect for me really is the spiritual growth. It's stepping into my new chapter. It's writing my new story and knowing full well that it's time. I walk only in truth, in power and purpose. And you can't believe the card that has come out for under decrease. Yes, number 16, the Tower. And I really want you to see this Tower card. It's really quite special. Sitting at the bottom here is our beautiful little squirrel. And there are nuts. Can you see, Hazel? They're falling off this tower as it's been struck by a force. It's almost saying, you know, this has got to come down. The food is here. It's come down to you. Look, isn't that incredible? That is so amazing. I'm going to read this one. And also, there are butterflies all here. Can you see the butterflies? So that also indicates transformation. And what did I say to you? You know, Spirit will shift you along. They will say, come on. And they're doing that with me right now. I know it without a doubt. So, oh, I'm just so blessed. Oh, and I opened straight to this page as well, the 16, the Tower. Wow. All right. Unexpected change, chaos, the rug pulled from beneath your feet. New awareness and perspective. Distraction, being unsure of who you are. So, whoa, buckle up and expect the unexpected. Oh my goodness me. Sometimes you resist change to the point that the universe shifts in a destructive and chaotic way that fundamentally changes how we see our reality. There's a strange beauty in this deconstruction, as all of the elements for a better life will be found amongst the rubble. Use this moment to rebuild something foundational, something extraordinary. Trust that you will be held by the universe and you'll become a stronger, more resilient as a result. Tower moments are very powerful. I knew it. I knew that's exactly what I've had. Absolutely. Even in my dream. Wow. Moving, shifting, expanding, the Tower energy in your life marks a period when you get to reevaluate, redirect, reestablish and realign. It's magic in the disguise of unpredictability. The brightest of lights will pierce through the pandemonium of change that you are experiencing, and you will find a beautiful truth and blazing potential in the darkness of the Tower. In chaos, I move towards the brightest light. That is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. We have 3 runes. We have 3 oracles. We have 3 tarot. 3, 3, 3. The powerful number of 3. And I don't really know what else I need to do. In actual fact, I think it's just perfect. Anything else calling me? Anything else, Spirit? They just said to me, just pick up the pack and look underneath. The sun. The sun. The sun card is right there for us on a summer solstice portal weekend. Okay, the sun is shining on me right now. The sun is out. I made a massive change through the portal. I know I have done it. And now that is that final card for us. I'll read it. I'm going to read it because it's important to read it. I think it's a loving feeling from Spirit right now. Joy, inspiration, success, abundance, love, manifesting dreams, inner beauty, a yes card. Get out of negative mindset, find inspiration. The sun breathes life into everything he touches. Radiating brightly, he creates a path of love and harmonic abundance. This is a card of joyful celebration, a vibrant sign of positivity and success. Expect to find bliss and be ready to take inspired action based on radical positivity and generosity. Allow others to bask in that warm glow of your beaming heart and your inspired mind. People will feel drawn to you when the sun card arrives. Hello, charisma. Live it up. This card is a reassuring sign that things are unfolding beautifully. You are perfect, whole, and loved by the cosmos. And it may be time to deal with any feelings of inadequacy and not enoughness in order to find your shiny confidence. The sun is on its way to illuminate the corners of your heart and to set your world ablaze with opportunity and inspiration. I am whole. I am more than enough. I shine like the sun when I am happy. So my dear friends, thank you for joining me. 42 minutes. I'm so sorry. Didn't know where it was going, but I just knew I had to share this with you. And I am so very grateful to you, Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this beautiful reading. And I hope this has resonated for whomever has joined me today. Love and light. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.